Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Weber, and today we're going to go over fitness programming made simply or put simply. But what we're going to do is talk about a day 1 through a day 4 split. So if you were to train 4 days per week, or even if you train 3 days per week, how would that look? So first we're going to start with the phase 1 training. If you are starting to train, think 1 to 3 sets, meaning 1 to 3 times you will perform an exercise. And think about 8 reps at about 60 to 70% intensity. Okay, the volume rep range should be about 24 total reps for the set. You should have eccentric pause, and also meaning that you are elongating the muscle during those first phases, so that you're controlling the eccentric or the stretching phase of the exercises. So really controlling eccentric in the beginning phases. After this, in phase 2, we will go to 4 to 6 reps, and we'll do that for about 3 sets at 90 to 87% intensity. Okay, and the rep range or the volume will be 12 to 18 total reps. So in phase 2, your rep ranges will go down, but your intensity will go up. Once we get to phase 3, reps are going to be 3 to 5 reps, okay? And we're going to have 3 sets there, and we're going to have varied tempo, okay? That's going to be 80 to 87% intensity with eccentric pause and concentric tempo at a 3-1-1. So 3 seconds on the way down, 1 second pull, 1 second on the way down, or it's a 3-second control down on your bench press, hold for 1, and then push for 1, okay? So all of our tempos should be in that type of order. For phase 3, like I said, 3 to 5 reps, and you want to get about 15 to 25 total reps total for the exercise. And then in phase 4 of training, we want to see 4 to 6 reps at about 3 sets for 90 to 97% intensity, with a little bit lower volume of 12 to 18 reps, okay? So those would be some ways to change your phases of training and progress them throughout 4 different phases. When it comes to training day 1 through 4, every single day we're gonna have foam rolling, static stretching, mobility, and activation. Okay, we'll do that first thing. We'll do some breathing exercises, foam rolling, stretching, dynamic stretching, mobility exercises, activation and motor control exercises as well. Then we'll either perform a linear or lateral warm-up. So on day 1, it'll be a linear warm-up. On day 2, it'll be a lateral warm-up. And day 3, linear. Day 4, lateral. So every other day, your warm-ups should change from mainly going forward and linear, sagittal plane, or then going lateral in the frontal plane. So you're switching up your multi-directions in your training. Not to say that you can't have both in all of your days, but a focus on one or the other. So that way you're hitting that enough, okay? So on day 1, you'll perform plyos in either like a chest pass or a sprint, and you want to time these 10s, so you have like about 2 to 3 reps of time 10s for sprints. If you're not sprinting, just do some tempo runs. And then on day 2, you're going to perform lateral movements, plyos, lateral plyos, rotary stability, overhead med ball work on those days. On day 3, same as day 1, linear plyos, linear passing and sprinting time 10s or tempo sprints. Day 4, lateral plyos, rotary stability, and overhead med ball exercises. Okay. Then we get into our strength development for days 1 through 4. So day 1, we want to think explosive in Olympics, same with day 3. So day 1 and day 3 are going to look similar for our power and strength. We'll perform explosive or Olympic movements, so pick one, either explosive like something like a kettlebell swing or one-arm snatch, or it could be something like an Olympic movement like a hang clean or any type of jerk overhead with the bar, okay? So pick one of those and then pair that with a core exercise, an anti-rotation exercise, something like a chop, a diagonal movement. Then what we'll do is we will go into a hip dominant exercise on day 2, instead of a power exercise. So you'll think about a trap bar deadlift, so primary lift. And your core will be anti-lateral flexion, and we're actually gonna add in a vertical pull here if we'd like to, okay? So if we wanna add in a vertical pull, we can do that on day 2. On day 3, it's gonna be the same as day 1, explosive, Olympic, and core, anti-rotation, but this time we're gonna do a lift. So instead of a chop like we did on day 1, day 3 is a lift. Day 4, we're gonna go knee dominant unilateral exercise, so like a 1-leg squat, and then a core anti-lateral flexion, and then a horizontal pull. Okay, so we're gonna pair 1 with all of those exercises there. From here, we're gonna pair 2, and put 2 exercises together. So a horizontal press on day 1, and a stretch with that accompanies the upper body, like a thoracic rotation. Then on day 2, we have knee dominant unilateral with a horizontal pull. And then on day 3, we have a horizontal press. And then also we have, I'm not sure what that says, a horizontal press, and I'm not sure what that says, and a stretch. And then on day 4, we have a hip dominant unilateral with a vertical pull. Okay, enclosed chest press here, that's what that is, a horizontal press, or an incline press, or a close grip press for day 3. And day 4 is a hip dominant unilateral, like a single leg deadlift and a vertical pull. And then on day 1, for your last set, or your last pod of exercise, you're gonna have your vertical press with your hip rehab. And then after that, you can do some specialty work if you want to on that day. On day 2, hip dominant slide board lunges, hamstring isometrics, or you can perform slide board leg curls. You're gonna pair that with a core or anti-rotation exercise. Then for your push-up variation, you're gonna add in a rotary rehab or a specialty work, just like day 1. Day 4, you'll have a hip dominant exercise like a slide board lunge or a ham iso or a slide board leg curl. You'll pair that with a core anti-extension exercise. So those will be your day 1 through day 4, okay? All right, so that would be a full program, phase 1 through 4, and also days 1 through 4. Thanks a lot.